So UT Tyler, through the chemistry department, we actually have a specialization, an emphasis in fermentation science. Primarily, we are studying malting, brewing, winemaking, distillation, but we also cover topics like industrial solvent production and even things like biofuels. So UT Tyler has its 50th anniversary this year, and somebody floated the idea about a 50th anniversary beer. We reached out to ETX and Vine, and in collaboration with the chemistry department, the fermentation science program, and the university as a whole, ETX and Vine helped us produce the Patriot Pale Ale.
Whenever I first started out at UT, I was doing chemical engineering. Since I'd worked with Dr. Beaver before as a TA, I wanted to do research with him. He never told me that I should switch to do fermentation science, but in a way he did kind of convince me to switch.
Well, I've been a home brewer and home winemaker for about 6 years now. And a couple of years ago, I was at one of our local breweries and I heard about a new program starting here at UT Tyler. I decided to retire and come back to school and study fermentation science.
So in my intro to fermentation science class, I asked the students about halfway through the semester if they wanted to submit a beer recipe. We had already been kind of working on theoretical beer recipe development, and I said, hey, if it's good enough, maybe ETX and Vine will consider brewing it as part of this 50th anniversary beer. So we actually had 3 students in the Intro to Fermentation Science course that submitted recipes, and I initially thought that I would give those to ETX and Vine and they would pick one. They actually combined aspects of each recipe to create the Patriot Pale Ale. So it was actually a collaboration of all 3 of these students' hard work, as well as ETX and Vine doing the hard work of combining those recipes to create this 50th anniversary beer.
Well, we really got to participate in all the process, from trying to put together a recipe for the beer to shoveling out the spent grains from the mash tuns.
So we did a lot of the quality control and quality analysis of the beer and making sure, the calorie count, the alcohol volume, the color, the sugar count, some of the chemical analysis to make sure the quality was where we wanted it to be.
Whenever we want to make it again, we can kind of see like those different chemicals that are in there. Maybe this certain chemical kind of like has more of like a flowery aroma or taste, and like people are really liking it, and so we can just kind of try to, next time we make the beer, get it as close as possible or maybe improve it.
So the Patriot Pale Ale is a very drinkable but interesting beer. You can look at it and know that you're not drinking Bud Light. It has a little bit of an orange hue to it due to the caramel malts.
The beer is awesome. I think the best word I like to use is balanced.
Me and one of the other research assistants, Caleb, we went down to Vine to try the Patriot Pale Ale. I really enjoyed it. You know, it was really hoppy, but not bitter, which those two usually go hand in hand, so.
It was really enjoyable to try something that I actually helped to put out there.
So ETX and Vine are 2 local breweries here in Tyler. I honestly don't think you could ask for better leadership when it comes to small business owners. The Gilstraps over at ETX and the Dixons over at Vine, they basically did all the heavy lifting with the majority of the production and maintenance of the beer, the packaging. ETX with having the correct licenses to be able to transport beer from Vine where we actually produced it, as well as distribute it out at the 50th anniversary event. All of this really came together, and it's really thanks to them that this was possible. I would hope that the program is obviously a positive impact on the community. It shows, I think, a brighter side of what some people might assume is all about, consuming alcohol. But it's not just that. To me, it's a very scientific process in a multi-billion-dollar industry. A lot of people just think on the macro side of things and not small business side. Small businesses are one of the forefronts of a community such as Tyler, and supporting those people and providing all of the resources we can from a quality assurance and quality control side of that production, I think only benefits the community as a whole.